Okay, so welcome to this video on the 2018 question 3 axonometric question. So it's the isometric projection using the axonometric axis shown. So the question says the axonometric axes required for the isometric projection of a cash register are shown. The elevation, plan and 3D graphic of the register are shown. So used understanding 3D and work to 2D. Part A, draw the axonometric axis as shown. Part 2, draw the given elevation inclined at 15 degrees. And part 3, draw the given plan inclined at 45 degrees as shown. So look, I've set up the outlines for both views, alright, so for the elevation there and the plan down there. Look, I've gone through that in other videos with it, so it's revise them if you're unsure on how to do them. Now, so on part 4 is draw the completed axonometric projection of the cash register. Alright, now, so what you call it, I'm going to draw the elevation here. Alright, so the length of it, 15, 35, 25, the base of it. Okay, so I'm going to get started on that. So it's 15, so I'm going to heavy 15 here. I have to skip 35, so I'm going to skip 35, and then I have to heavy 25. So now this, okay, goes up, right, goes up 11 because of the center line, so that's 11. So that can be a tricky thing there, but that center line tells you it's in the middle of the 22. So I'm going to go up 11. So you have to get good at reading dimensions here. And I'm going to use my sliding set squares to draw a parallel line, the base. And then heavy line here. Alright, now we have to go up, total height 22 and 53 is 75 and 10 is 85. So we're going to go up a height of 85 in total. Do our parallel line, so we have to go down 10, so I'll just move this up here. Let's go down 10, so our parallel line here. And we have to go down then from the 10, we have to go down 53, so 10 and 53 is 63. So we have to go down 63 on a parallel line across. So you really have to think now about how you're going to draw this elevation. Alright, so I'm going to put the sheet back in here. So we know this line here is 15, and we know that bit there at the top is 8. So I'm going to go across 15 here. I'm going to go across 8 here. And we can join them together. Now, we don't know that height there, so we don't. We do know the angle of 30 degrees, and we do know this is up 22. So we can go up 22 millimeters along here. And the angle is 30 degrees, so we can set using our sliding set squares or your protractor. Now I'll be struggling here with the room on my desk. I'll get there. Right, so 30 degrees. Okay, so there we have this line here done. So at an angle of 30 degrees there. Right, so the trick then the difficult part will be to get the curve, the center point for the curve. But come on now, I want you to think about how you can get it. The question is, do you already have a point on the curve or 2 points in the curve? Well, you know the center is along this line, so the center is along that line, and you know this is an end point of the curve, and the radius is 40. So if you measure down 40 millimeters along this line, here's the answer for your center point. So there's the center point. So we're going to get our compass, we're going to set it to radius 40, and we're going to draw in the, oh shucks, my compass burst the page there. So there's the correct one. I get rid of the tip of the fake one. Right, now that's the outline of the elevation done there. Just going to zoom down there. Now the next part to do is here. Now it says that it's 10, but how do you figure out that dimension there? How do you figure it out? Or you need to go to a different view. You need to go to the plan view. This component here is that one there in 3D, which is represented by this one, 12. Now, the height of it is 10, and it's plotted along the center. So we're going to go up 5 and down 5 along the center, or along the edge here. Up 5 and down 5 at the center. Either side of the center line rather. We're going to mark a distance of 12 here. Right now. So we're going to draw a line parallel from the 12. And now a heavy line here and a heavy line there. And that doesn't look 12 there. Did I do that right there? Oh, I did. And we're going to heavy that in. So that's the elevation set up. Now we're going to attack the plan. Right. So here's the plan here. The total length of the plan is 89, alright? And the difficulty students have is visualizing this and getting the sizes, right? So we're going to draw the outline size. Right, so I'm just going to move the visualizer. Okay, so it's 89 is the outline size 89. 75 and 12 is 80. 89, oh my good God, it's what you call it, 87. Silly me. Our maths is poor. So 87. Right, and the width of it is 70. So I'm going to mark 70 here. And we're just going to fit in the outline of it. So there's the outline of the plan view. We're marking 12 for the little front of the cash register. So parallel lines being important. Right, I'm going to pause the video. I'm going to be back in 1 second. Okay, so returning to the video. Alright, so I can heavy in the outline, and this is what you call it here. This portion is 50 and it's stepped 25 either the center line. So notice is 70 here. So I'm going to heavy this line. I'm going to mark 35 there, the middle of it. And I'm going to mark in the center line. And I'm going to go 25 up and below either side of the center line. And I can heavy this portion. Right, so there is the initial plan done. Now one thing students have difficulty at is visualizing the different dimensions. So these two hidden detail lines will cause some problems, and this heavy line here. Now this heavy line there and this one represents that one there and that one there that you can minuscule see. So I broke the solids down. And that's what I'm on about there. So that's just a main body taken off. It's that body there. Right, so the dimensions come from here, 15 and 35. So I'm going to mark 15 here and then skip to 35. So I have a hidden line and some heavy line and a majority of heavy or hidden detail rather. So I have a heavy line here, hidden here, all the way to here, and then heavy there. Now, this is all hidden. So that hidden portion there represents this little channel inside there, that little trench. Right, now I'm going to tack this rectangle here, which represents this portion of the curved body when you look down in plan. So we don't know that distance. So we don't know that distance. So look, where do we go to solve it? We go to here. We go to this view, the elevation. So I'm going to move the visualizer over, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to line up here, draw a line parallel to the base. So this is the dimension here you take. That's a critical dimension. So I lift with my compass. So I take it with my compass, and now I'm going to put it down here. So there's my compass. And now I can heavy in here. And there we go. Right, so now that's this portion done. So all we have to do is left here, which is this body here in 3D and this one here. So we know it's 8. We know the very top surface, that tiny top surface there, is 8. Okay, so we're going to mark 8. And it goes on until it hits the center line. So we're going to mark that there. The thing we don't know is, we actually do know it. We need to figure out how far, what's that distance there. And it goes on until it hits, oh no, what, silly me, what have I done wrong here? I need to rub that line out. That line there doesn't exist. My bad. So it's, I done it at 12 because it was upside down. It's 8 there. It goes on to a portion of the hidden line. So sorry about that. So there, and there. Right, so I'm going to go through labeling the points as we've the first 3 parts done. Right, now I always like to break these, so I'm going to zoom out here now. I always like to break these questions into different bodies. The solids or the solid into different bodies. Break it down into different solids. Now I'm struggling to find my pencil for the sketching. Right. So the first thing we're going to do in making a 3D is target this body here, that one. So this is it here. So I'm going to call this A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, and then L. And look, you don't even have to be too worried about all the lettering. Like, you get better at it as you go along. Like, lettering takes a while, so there's no need to do it all. Like, if you can do some of it, and if you're proficient at not doing it all, like, that's totally fine. So when I look in towards the elevation, I see all these letters here first. J, I, H, I, J, K, L on this one, M, and then N, O, P, Q. It doesn't matter the order so long as you can see them in different views. Or you know where they are in different views. Alright. So I'm going to zoom in here. Okay. What we call them? A, D, E, G, H, I, J, M, K, right? And then I have slash B, slash C, E slash F, and then I haven't given, I'll call this G slash Z. I didn't give it one in the question. H slash Q, I slash O. So you might be wondering where am I getting these. I sketched them out in the 3D one, that's where I'm getting them from, but you don't necessarily have to follow my labels. It doesn't matter what you call them so long as you know where they are in different views. M slash P, K slash L. So where are those objects in, or where are those letters in plan when you look down from top? Where are those letters? Right. So it's A slash K, J slash M, I slash H, E slash G, F slash Z, C, just C, just C for now, and then it's C slash O slash Q, right, N slash P, and B slash L. So the next ones I'm not going to overcompensate in lettering them because you only get confused by overuse of letters. Alright, so what's the concept now? Come on now. What is the concept behind doing these now? So I got to bring the points from plan parallel to the y-axis. So I'm going to bring B up parallel to the y-axis, N slash P parallel to the y-axis. So I'm going to bring them all up parallel to the y-axis. I'm going to bring them all down parallel to the z-axis. Right, so keep it smart, keep it simple. All horizontal lines are at 30 degrees. So look, let's get K. So I'll follow K up and K down. Here's point K. And the next one for K is K will join to point M. So look, instead of worrying about bringing point M down and bringing point M up and following it quickly or following it slowly, you know it has to be a 30-degree line, and there's point M. Now we're going to go bring J down from elevation, J slash N, and J upward. So there's point J, and then it has to be a 30-degree line to get to point I. There's point I. Be clever with it, be clever. That's D/I/H. So there's I and H at the bottom. Now, this point is going to go up to E. So we're going to heavy up to the line coming down from E. I'll just, make it easier there. So just think clever. Like the slowest method of figuring them out is bringing each individual point down and each individual point up. But as you begin to understand the solid better, you can start visualizing shortcuts. Alright, because it does take a long time by individually bringing them down. Right, we'll bring the front line up here. So we bring the 2 points down and just know where that line or that surface is here. It's this one here. So we'll bring them 2 down. So we can heavy that line there, and then we can heavy this line here, and now we can just bring, instead of bringing these 2 points up from plan, just bring this one here from elevation down, turn your set square around, and draw it back to it there. That's quicker. As I said, the slowest way is to individually project them from both views, but as you get longer at doing it, or you do it more, you begin to see shortcuts. And there's the front of the cash register done. Now, parallel lines remain parallel in every view, in every orthographic view or every drawn view with the exception of perspective. So we're bringing this one up. And you can see it's coming together. Now, we're going to attack the curved body. So first I'm going to do this straight line there. So I'm going to bring this down from elevation. You can just about see it there. And this bad boy down. We'll bring them up here. So that line there is this one here, and that one there is this here, and just this small bit up there. Now I'm going to do the curve with you. Right, the best strategy for anyone, this. Right, so let's bring this point down, up, and there's another one here, up. Use your 3D to help you visualize it. See the way there, that one. Now, bring this one down, and this one up. There they are, and it's parallel to this line here. Now my set square isn't totally parallel to it because my t-square is hidden off the desk. You can see the way they're going to be parallel. Now, so I'm going to join them together. Now, instead of dividing this into points and getting them down in plan, look, keep it smart, keep it simple. Right. So, go up over to here. Draw what you call it, mark lines mark a line there across, parallel to the base. Mark points every 10. 1, 2, 3. Right, now, go parallel to the back of it, there. Bring them up until they hit the curve. Okay, see where they're touching the curve, and we'll put in there another one roughly halfway for the banter. Right, now the points in the curve there are the most important, but these ones I'm going to show you here now are also important. Look, they're important too. Those points, they're important. Right. Bring the points that I've just dotted the purple pen down. Okay, so bring this one down until it hits there, until it hits the inclined line. So they're the important ones. Purple ones there, right. Now, bring them up vertically. So I'm going to use this, what you call it, with a colouring pencil, and make sure your colouring pencil is sharp to do this. Alright, there's no problem using colour in the exam, just make sure you use very, very good quality colouring pencils and that you're very, very accurate. Right, vertical lines here. Now, bring the points now down from your elevation, and they have to be on the curve. Right, so we'll label these 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is going to be point 0. Now, so here's point 1, point 2, point 3, and point 4. Now, sketch them in neatly up out of your seat if you have to, keeping your hand inside the curve at all times. Now, there's the front portion of it done. Now, be clever to do the back of it. There's no point in what you call it doing it individually again here. Look, go down to the plan view. Bring the last point of it here up until it hits that line there. Bring the last point of it up until it hits that line there at 0. So there. Heavy it in here. Now all the distances will remain the same. Light lines back there, not all the way. Just small light lines. Now get your compass. I'll set it to this. Look, lift your compass. mark it from each of the key points. So that's all you need to do, and then nice neat curve there again. And then I'll untape the sheet and finish it later. Have a nice neat one on it. Right, now I'm going to tack this top body up here, which it ain't too bad at all now. So it's not, once we're there, we're going well. So down to the plan view, stop point there, this point here, bring it straight up. I'm going to zoom out now so it's easier altogether to see. Sorry, I heavied a bit too long there, my bad, from my 3D, it's heavied on too long. That should be a bit better there now. Surprising myself. Should be a bit better. The line was out too far. Now, so I'm going to pause the video. I'm going to untape the sheet. Alright, I'm going to finish. Just before we go there, we have to do this line here on the other side. The cash register isn't completely finished. So parallel lines remain parallel in every view with the exception of perspective. So I'm going to untape the sheet and just complete the curves there. So I have to heavy in that one and I have to heavy in that one there. Right, so I'll pause the video. And I get the visualizer in further. That is the question complete. Alright, I hope that was useful. Cheers. If it's not, tell me. Cheers. Thanks. Bye bye.